Words that Nigerians use that make no fucking sense, but they just make sense. Ah, 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 eh, 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 eh. Things West Africans say that make no fucking sense, but they just make sense. Part 2. Kai, kai, kai. Hi, chai, chai. Here. Oh, 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 oh.
I'm gonna get copyright claim. Copyright claim.
Hey all, how are y'all? It's me, Elaha. Hey guys, and welcome back or welcome to Elements of Elaha, where I talk about things that interest me, affect me, or am very passionate about. And in this video, Gwa is back. And in this episode of Growing Up African, I am going to be talking about the types of people you will see at African parties. And I will link the playlist for the rest of the Growing Up African episodes in the description. So without further ado, let's get into episode 6 of Growing Up African. So of course, I got my notes here. And the first person you'll find at an African party is the photographer. Now, the photographer is usually that one bald African guy with the big camera. So those people have no boundaries. They will take you when you're looking at your phone. They'll take you when you're getting food, when you're eating food, wiping your nose, even when you want to wipe your yash. Like, they have no filter at all. Whatever you're doing, they will take a photo of you. And then it's not even like you can be like, can I see the photo? They'll take bam, bam, beam. Just take those little photos of you and then just go about their day. But hey, you never know how the result turns out because, we don't watch the editorial process. We don't watch the videos. So you just gotta hope and pray they turn out good. Then the next person you will see at an African party is usually what I do at them, and that is be that one kid on their phone or tablet. Usually the kids on their phone or on any of their devices are a tag along with their parents. Their parents are just bringing their kids to this one birthday party, or it could be a reception, whatever it is. And so if they do have kids, most likely those kids are too young or they have kids of their own. So what can you do at this point? Just sit there on your phone up until, it's time to get food. So obviously when another auntie or uncle comes around, you're going to have that awkward hi, hello, and then immediately go back to what you're doing. Then the next person you'll see at an African party is usually this one goes with the kid on their phone, and that is the photographer / capture the moment auntie. So already these aunties observe what you're doing. So usually this auntie will be on her phone too, but most likely that's either scrolling through Facebook or texting their friends on WhatsApp. So you'll have that one auntie at your table that sees you on your phone or tablet, and then they're like, hey, can you take a photo of me and my friend? So then you're like, sure, well, it's fine. Let me just take a photo. And they're like, thank you, my dear. and then they just go about their day. So, they're taking photos, they're on WhatsApp, they're on Facebook, any single thing that they do, they're gonna make sure that they get that moment on their phone. They could be dancing, they could be eating, they could be getting food, they could be talking to their friends. Their phone is always out doing whatever. And sometimes they'll even be on Facebook Live too, because those two things with Africans go hand in hand, Facebook and WhatsApp. The next type of person you will see is the friendly auntie. Now, this auntie is usually my favorite auntie that you do see at these functions. The ones that you are a bit excited to see when you're tag along and usually on your phone. So then usually they'll come up and sneak behind your parents. Then your friends are like,
my sister, how are you? And then I'm doing fine. Oh, then you're gonna give him that little awkward hug, and they're like, hi, how are you? You look so beautiful. How is school? Then I'm
like, yeah, school's great. I'm doing fine. And then also, what do you want to be when you grow up also? Then you're like, a doctor, a nurse, a pharmacist. Because Africans love doctors. They love doctors. So then they're going to be like, oh, you're going to take care of your parents very well when you're older, right? Then you're like, yeah. So they come in, they have the smile on their face, and usually they're the ones getting it on the dance floor too. So good for those aunties. And don't mind that noise you just heard. That was my parents being loud. You know how African parents are. So, the next type of person you'll see is my enemy auntie. And that is usually the rude / gossiping auntie. So before I get into it, I am going to insert a little TikTok clip of usually a summary of the rude auntie.
Ah, hello, my dear. How are you? So I see you've been adding weight. It is well. You're still a pretty girl. You've been eating more chocolate. Abi, just swallowing chocomilo. Maybe it is stress. Maybe it's stress. You must have a lot on your plate. Biggie, heavy. Kini, somebody cannot play with you again. Well, I'm just saying, since last you came, see the way you're just gay. It's a shame. You no longer even look the same. Benny, you no longer even look the same. You are such a pretty girl. See the way your stomach is now connected to this your back. Is that one not too fat? Men do not even like that.
Like, you can literally say hi to this auntie, and then the first thing they do is jump to your weight. They'll be like,
Oh my
good.
The
The last time
I saw you
you are this
big, and you have grown
so much.
mind you, these will be the aunties. Exactly. Mind you, these will be the aunties that have not seen you since you were a baby, but they will talk the most smack about you. They'll be like,
Oh my god, is this little small pikin from yesterday? Oh, you remember me? I used to change your diapers when you were small. Like you're supposed to remember that, but okay. And then like, oh my gosh. You have gotten so fat. You have gotten gained so much weight. Ha! Do we need to put you on a diet? Like you're getting so big, oh. Then the one's like, oh my gosh, you're going to eat all that food. Don't blow up, oh. Don't blow up like a balloon, oh.
they'll be the main ones talking about your weight. Meanwhile, there'll be like a whole beach ball, a whole deep fridge, a whole African drum. Their big stomach is literally an instrument, but they'll be the main ones talking a bunch of smack.
So,
Last time I checked, you don't look like Tiana Taylor. You don't look like Doja Cat. You don't look like Megan Thee Stallion. When's the last time you went to the gym? 2002? Walking up the stairs, and then you're like, that's exercise. No. Like, get in shape, and then we'll talk. Because we already get this crap from our parents. We don't need it from an outsider like you. So please end it. Eat your food, talk to my parents, and mind your business. Okay? Mind your business. Then those aunties will also be the main ones talking about everybody. They're like, oh
my gosh, you're eating that much food? Oh my gosh, why are you wearing that? Oh my god, she's not married. Oh my gosh, she don't have children. Oh my gosh, she's an actor.
Like, mind your business, man. Why are you so bitter? I thought you came here to have a good time, not gossip about people. They're just so rude for no reason, man. Then, another auntie I like is the turn auntie. And usually the turn auntie goes along with the friendly auntie. And that's basically dancing time is the highlight for those aunties. So whenever it's time for the dancers, they'll be the main ones twerking on the dance floor, dropping it like it's hot on the dance floor. Like, I see them on the floor. They came to dance. Anytime the DJ plays those 5 African songs,
You haven't been to a proper African party if this songs weren't played.
Personally. All my ladies. If I tell you, say I love you, oh. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. Choro, 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 choro. Money fall on you, banana fall on you, Prada fall on you, 'cause I'm in love with you.
They'll be the main ones getting hype on the dance floor, and I'll be cheering them on the inside. Good for them. You get it, auntie. Then, the next person you will find at an African party is the sprayer. So the sprayer is usually the uncle or auntie that goes to the bank in the morning. And so let's say they get like 50 ones or 100 ones. So when it's time to go on the dance floor, you know, they're just spraying money like this. Yeah, you'll have the celebrant dancing, then you have $1 job like that, and then another dollar job, another dollar. Or even they could be bougie and be like, hey, it's money everywhere.
Yeah, I'm back at you. And somebody. I'm a man, I don't pay more get it. If your boyfriend come in my minute, anything you want to ask me. It would be.
So yeah, they'll be having a good time, they'll be dancing, and then they'll be spraying money. I guarantee you this. If I ever have an African party, whether that's like graduation, my birthday party, or wedding reception, I don't want to see no $1 bills. Cause like, imagine picking up $51 bills and then it's only $50. Like, who do you think I am, a child? The minimum is 5s, okay? The minimum is $5 bills, because ones are not accepted. They're not. Now, if I was working at a restaurant, granted, give me 51s. I'm gonna go to the bank and I'll cash that myself. But like, I'm dancing, I'm looking like a whole African goddess, and you have the audacity to give me $21 bills.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, that's not computing. That's not going to work out. That's not going to work out at all. And the next person you will see at an African party is usually the stingy auntie. And the stingy auntie is, whenever you're going to get food, they give you the smallest portion of food, man. They'll be loading the adults up with the whole feast. But like the second they see you, and then let's say you want to get some chicken, right? They're like, what do you want? Then I'm like, oh, can I get a drumstick? They'll give you the tiniest drumstick, man. They'll pick the tiniest drumstick for you and they'll put it on your plate. Then you know that little big African spoon that they use for rice? They'll give you half of that. They'll give you 2 plantain. They'll give you 1 puff puff. They'll give you a grain of rice. And then they'll try and act like you're fat if you ask for more. Who are you feeding, a mouse?
Everybody looks to the right. Johnny Mo, I'm looking for my Johnny.
Sweetie, are you sure about that one? It's a little large. That one is big too. Leave the big one for the adults. Go.
Shit. On it.
You flipped me!
But mind you, but if your parents come, oh, they will give them half the container of everything. But since I'm a child, oh, I should be eating the portion size of an ant, right? Then that little fat shamey look, they'll be looking at you up and down like this.
Come on.
It's the internalized fat phobia for me. Shouldn't it be an honor that I'm enjoying your food? I know you spent hours cooking this. Why are you getting mad that I'm enjoying your food? Then if you don't eat, they're gonna think something's wrong with you. Like, get out of here. So the next person you will find at an African party is the part-time bank teller. And the part-time bank teller is, as soon as that money hits the ground, when the sprayer is spraying the money, or as soon as the money is about to hit the ground, here comes that one auntie with the trash bag just scooping up all the money. And let's say the one time the child on their phone does get up on the dance floor and tries to pick up the money. Let's say you pick up 1 or 2 ones, you hold it for 2 seconds, you're like, give me the money. So then they'll just take the money and then they'll be scooping it like this on the floor. Then the child holds the money for like 2 seconds and they're like, give me the money. But you're like, well, it's $2. You can just buy a little small cake from Dollar Tree. You can't do much with that $2. But they're so rude. They won't even let anyone help them too. And then when you do help them, they'll be so rude. They don't even dance too. Like, they pop up for 2 seconds to collect the money and then they just go. It's like, can we really trust that they won't take a share out of that money? Because I sure will. But yeah, That's the part-time bank teller for you. They don't waste time with that money. Second, you lay eyes on that person spraying it. Second, you take your eyes off it, or 2 seconds later, boom, it's gone. Like the money never hit the ground in the first place. Then, the next person you will see at an African party, I call this the hoarder or the takeaway person. The person that only comes either one to just eat like a very small portion of food, or the person that just comes to get a takeaway plate. So they'll get a small portion of food, right? And they'll be like, Madam, give me a takeaway plate. So they'll get this one styrofoam tray. So they'll have a little Walmart grocery bag with 4+ different trays, man. Why are you hoarding all the food? But yet, we children are starving. It's people like you, man. It's people like you that make it so hard. Then, they may just eat a bit of chin-chin. They have all that food, and then they don't even eat it. But then again, I do understand, like, shoot, all that food, you won't have to cook for 3 days to a week. So, I perfectly understand. Oh, they'll also be hoarding a lot of drinks too. They'll get like 5-6 different drinks plus 6 takeaway plates. Like, man, are you gonna go auction off the food? If you're not going to eat it there, our friend, children are hungry. Feed the children. Please pass it out. The next person you will see at an African party is, I call this one the chop chop. And the chop chop one is basically like the African version of African Americans on Thanksgiving. You know, where you eat like one tiny meal, but when Thanksgiving rolls around, you save your appetite and you fill your stomach up. That's what the chop chop basically is. So they come to that party hungry, and then by the time they sit down with their food, when I tell you they inhale their food, they inhale the food. Like the second they get that food, the food is already digesting in their stomach. Like they don't waste time. They come hungry, leave with the drum as a stomach. Good for them. Don't forget to be chugging down 3 sodas with that much food. Then the next person you will see is that auntie on the phone. So the auntie on the phone is different from the one that is the capture the moment auntie. Those are the ones that will be obnoxiously loud on the phone. Like, I get it if you need to take a call, but like at least step outside, because then they will be yelling right next to you, be like, my sister! How are you? How are you doing? How are your children? How's the family? And I'm like, man, I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to watch YouTube. You could even have headphones on and they'll scream louder than you. Like, if you need to take the call so bad, please go outside. Please go to the bathroom. Wherever you go, just go far away from here, please. I don't want to come with the best hearing and then leave being like Helen Keller. Please. Then, the next person you will see at an African party is the last minute aunties. Now, one thing about African parties is they start 2 to 3 hours after the list of time on there. But these ones will literally come maybe like an hour before the party's about to end. So they only come for those little grains of rice, the little bit of soup left, and the tiniest bits of chicken, and maybe like 1 or 2 plantain. But usually they come there to dance, they come there to say hi to the friend or the celebrant, and then they just dip. They come to dance. Whatever food is there, they may take it, but they're not worried about the food. They just want to get their little dance in.
Opa you kí dọ́là sán. Bàbá lọ́pọ̀ mi lè pọ̀ ẹ̀ o.
And then just go. Then the next person you will see is, I call this one the thousandaire. Now the thousandaire is usually that generous uncle or auntie that's like the friendly auntie too. So you know they see you and then they may give you like between $5 to $20 and sometimes be like, shh, don't tell your mommy, oh, keep it. It's a gift. They be like, thank you, uncle, thank you, auntie. Don't be the main ones being like, don't tell your parents. And then the second y'all get in the car, they'll be like, eh. So your uncle and auntie gave you money, right? Then you're like, what money? What money are you talking about? I know they gave you money. Then they're like, come, let me keep it for you. If you say yes, you will never see that money again.
Mille paps, jou, 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 jou. Mille paps, afkak kost, nyam, nyam, nyam. Mille paps, jou, 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 jou.
So then you're like, I can keep money, no thank you. Because if you say, let me keep it for you, they'll use it to pay bills. They may put it in the next donation. They may use it to buy grocery. Long story short, you will never see that money again. Because it's a very small % chance they have a bank account at that age. And then the last person you will see at an African party is the pedal uncle. Basically, that one old uncle that's a man chalo, go and marry. And those ones that they want to go and marry are not the women their age. They will be hitting on women fresh out of college. They'll be like, fine girl, eh?
You're looking so good at this stage, you know? Let me romance you, you know? Fine girl, eh? Look at you, my beautiful princess.
Like, they'll be sweet talking the girl and just making like a lot of disgusting comments. I'm like, sir, go and find somebody your age. Leave the 20-year-old girls alone, man. Leave them alone, man. And so yeah, that concludes the types of people at African parties. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe because I'm trying to hit 50 subscribers by the end of the year. My last video is in the description, and go follow me on my social medias in the outro. Alright, anyways, y'all, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.